Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your man, KDB Sports and Entertainment, knocking down another video for you. Hit the like and subscribe on your way in. This is the post-fight reaction to Jaron Ennis versus David Avanesyan, fight that took place last night. It was a good scrap. Like I knew, Jaron Ennis was going to get the stoppage over Avanesyan. I mean, if anything less of a stoppage, it would have looked bad on Jaron Ennis, in my opinion, because we're comparing him to Terence Crawford. He wants the Terence Crawford fight. So there was a lot of pressure on him to come in here and stop Avanesyan in a more impressive fashion than Terence Crawford. Now, Terence Crawford did stop him, I believe, in the 6th round. It was a round later than Jaron Ennis. And Jaron Ennis made him quit. Now, Terence Crawford knocked him out. Jaron made him quit. Like, I don't know what's better, a knockout or making somebody quit. I would have to say making the dude not come out for the next round is a step above knocking him out, because, yeah, I have to say that. Because making the dude just not wanting to come out and continue with the fight, yeah, that's worse than just getting knocked out. Because David Avanesyan was really trying to hurt Terence Crawford and do something against Terence Crawford, but he just couldn't. Terence Crawford was just light years ahead of him. And I think Terence Crawford, I know Terence Crawford used him as a tune-up, just like Jaron Ennis used him as a tune-up coming off a layoff. And that's okay, man. I respect David Avanesyan. He's a good fighter, man, but he just doesn't belong up there with those guys. Those guys are too skilled for him. Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis. They're too big and they're too skilled for him. And that showed in both fights. Now, Jaron Ennis was hitting, in my opinion, Jaron Ennis was landing way better shots on David Avanesyan. Body shots, turning them jabs. He was switching back and forth between orthodox and southpaw. I think Bud did that too, but not as much as Boots. And Boots was just peppering him to the body, jabs, hooks. It was just a lot of damage he was taking. But at the same time, David Avanesyan was landing a lot of shots on Jaron Ennis, even to the point to where his father pointed it out and said, hey, man, getting hit too much. And that could be due to the layoff and the ring rust. And then Jaron Ennis not respecting the power of David Avanesyan, just like Bud Crawford didn't respect the power, because Bud Crawford got hit a lot. But I think Jaron Ennis got hit way more than Bud Crawford in the two fights, or between the two fights. So in the 5th round, Jaron Ennis was just peppering David Avanesyan with body shots, hooks, jabs, and he caught him with an overhand left that dropped him. And I think from that time on, I think it was like a minute left in the round, you can see it in Avanesyan's eyes. He's like, man, he ain't no more. So when the round was over, he went to the corner and they were talking it out. I don't know if he whispered something to one of his trainers. It's like, nope, no more. So he made him quit. Now, which victory is more impressive? Bud Crawford's. I think Bud Crawford knocked him out in the 6th or 7th round. I think it was the 6th round with a right hook that just knocked him out cold. But like I said, there was a lot of controversy in that fight when it pertaining to those gloves that exploded that Terence Crawford had. I think David Avanesyan and his people filed some type of claim against sanctioning bodies or whoever for allowing the fight to go on. And I think they mentioned something about the gloves in the build-up to this fight. But, I don't think anything came of it. I think they just wanted to put that out there that they believe that Terence Crawford won because he had funny gloves. Terence Crawford would have beat him, either way if the gloves didn't explode. But that was the controversy with that fight. Just like, in my opinion, there was a little bit of controversy with the Errol Spence fight with Terence Crawford gloves, but I'm not going to get into that. But like I said, whose victory was more impressive, Jaron Ennis or Terence Crawford? Now, I would have to say Jaron Ennis, because Jaron Ennis made the man quit. He Mazed him pretty much. And David Avanesyan was showing still a lot of spunk against Terence Crawford. He really was trying to fight and beat Terence Crawford. Just like he was trying to, beat Jaron Ennis. But Like once he got knocked down and he got up, like I said, I think I saw something in his eyes. He was like, man, I don't want no more. He didn't want no more. And that's why he quit. So I say Jaron Ennis' victory was more impressive. And that's what he needed to do to, get everybody talking about him versus Terence Crawford. Because if he went in here and struggled with David Avanesyan or just went to a 12-round decision, unanimous decision, But this really puts him up there in the talks with Terence Crawford. People with their interest, in wanting that fight, the fans wanting to fight. But me, in my opinion, judging off the 2 fights, I think both guys got hit way too much. I think Jaron Ennis got hit way more than Terence Crawford. And I would have to favor Terence Crawford in the fight if they ever fight. Hopefully they do. I think they will. I think they're going to make it happen. But I have to favor Terence Crawford due to experience. Not only he has more fights, he has more big fights. He just had the biggest fight, the biggest win of his career versus Errol Spence. He fought Sean Porter. He fought Kell Brook. He fought all those guys, in the welterweight division. So he has more experience fighting bigger fights than Jaron Ennis. So that's why I have to favor Terence Crawford. And especially off the fight, even though Jaron Ennis had a more impressive victory over David Avanesyan, David Avanesyan hit Jaron Ennis way too much. He was catching him with uppercuts, and that was crazy. So like I said, I have to favor Terence Crawford for sure over Jaron Ennis. But Jaron Ennis could pull it off if he can get in there and get hyper focused. Because Terence Crawford is 37 years old. He has showed no sign of slowing down. You know what I'm saying? But he is 37. But though, like I said, the experience is really in the power. Terence Crawford is fast. He's sharp. Even though Bozy Ennis believes that Terence Crawford is not a true switch hitter, he's more of a softball. I have to agree with that. Terence Crawford fights better with his dominant hand in front of him. Boots can fight with both hands. He has both. Both his hands have equal power, in my opinion. He looks just as smooth in the southpaw position as in the orthodox position. So, yeah, I have to agree with Bozy Ennis on that. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about this fight, man. Hopefully they make this fight happen in the future. I seen Errol Spence come out. He's fighting Fandor, I believe, in November. And he mentioned something about he's going to run it back with Terence Crawford at 154. Now, there's some stuff going on with that Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight talk, the rematch, that Mac came out and said. He said something that went over a lot of people's radar. I only seen one guy talking about it, and it's pretty big. Like I said, I already knew what it was when it came to that fight. And Mac came out, did an interview, and just confirmed what we all thought. But I'm going to come out later with that video. But anyway, that's all I got to say, man. It's your man, KDB Sports and Entertainment, and I will catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.